Okay, now as you can see, I've got just a little tiny bead thing up here in the right hand corner. And if you do a preview on this, you'll see that it says page 1 of 1. Now the reason for this, they've got the dates mixed up again. The reason for this is because I can put everything all on one page. Now, you notice I've got the text area. That gives me the name of the pattern. See? Name of the pattern. This text area gives page of how many page 1 of how many. Bead legend tells you that there's 3 colors of beads used. The bead graph is exactly that, the graph. This text area is what I put right here. And it says this is part 1 of the pattern. To make the bottom half of the earrings, please refer to part 2. The bottom half is fringe. Don't forget to double the beads needed for 2 earrings. Because the reason I put that in my patterns like this is because Bead Tool 4 does not double the amount of beads unless you actually put 2 of these on there. So, in other words, you would have to have 2 bead graphs. Or, in other words, you would have to come in here, undo the freeform, and then make more columns. Well, let's take that back down to 9 here. Let's take it down to 10 that way. We've got a space between. And then you'd have to come up here, paste, to pattern, and then repeat right. Now, see how that gave you 2 of them? Now watch the difference in your layout. Let me go back to freeform on it. There. Now see, now it gives you the exact count that you're going to need. But the reason I don't do that is because the blank spaces confuse people. When you have blank spaces between, it confuses people. So that's why I don't do that. When you do a pattern, let's undo the freeform here. And then undo this, do. Okay, and then go back to your freeform. But for me, it makes it so much simpler to just make a second layout for the fringe earrings. And this one here has everything you need for the first one. It even tells you to double the beads needed for 2 earrings. And then here, this is your word chart. Now I can make the letters bigger, but it's not going to matter. I'll show you. See, 20, and it still didn't change the size of it because I've got fit. Now let's see what happens if I do dynamic. See, it puts it at the bottom of the next page. This is why I don't like using dynamic on a lot of them, because it puts a great big space in there. But even with fit, you can read what it says. You can read that it says 1C, 2C, and all that. But, you know, everybody that knows how to do brick knows that they start at the bottom, not at row 1. They start at the last row and work their way up to row 1. So that's how you can make different kinds of layouts. Now, I'll show you I'll show you the pattern, the layout that I did for the Now, this is what I'm using for my fringe. Just a simple little pattern that is, the fringe is done in a loom, but then what I did is I took and this is my for my fringe. Now, on the fringe, of course, you have the name of the pattern. It says page 1 of 1. You have the 3 colors again. This is your bead graph. This is part 2 of the pattern. The bottom half is fringe. Don't forget to double the beads needed for 2 earrings. So again, here, you need to double these numbers to get what you need for this. Now, I know it looks kind of small on there, but when you print it out, it actually comes out pretty decent so you can read it. Each of the 9 columns attaches to the corresponding bead of part 1. Make the fringe like you would normally do fringe on an earring that doesn't have a pattern. In other words, add 8 beads, skip the last bead added, go back through the other 7 beads, and come out the bottom of the next bead on the top part of the pattern. These earrings are done in either delicas or Tohos, and the delicas all say DB on them. The Toho round have 11 dash and whatever number it is. So make sure that you pay attention to whether this is a DB or an 11 dash. So that's several ways of making different layouts. I hope I said enough. If you need any more information, just let me know, and I'll go through even more with you.